What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be playing the Hunter F6. The audio kind of bugged in the game, so there's no audio for the gameplay, but it was a really good game. I was just working on spading it because I bought it recently because of the sales, so I decided to take it out with the SRAMs, and oh boy do I love this thing. At the start of the game, as you'll notice, a Jaguar just flew off the runway straight into the ground, which was kind of weird. But because it's quite a short game, I'm not bothered speeding up much of the footage, because it was just a really quick game. But I was playing in a squad with someone else, and he didn't have the SRAMs on his Hunter, but I do, so we were just vibing. And oh my god, these things are ridiculous. I can't believe they're in this game. They're so much fun. Like, obviously, they're not very high range, and the Hunter doesn't turn very well, so when you're out of SRAMs and you're against MiG-21s, you got to be really, really careful. But, no, this game went really well. I think it was kind of a weird BR, because there were 10.7s on our team, and there were 10.7s on their team, but a majority of the planes weren't top tier. So overall, it ended up being quite balanced, actually. It was quite a fun match. And some of the shit the SRAMs do is so much fun. But yeah, so I'm just doing a side rush because I'm not the fastest plane in the game, and I don't really want to run straight into them. So I usually do this in the Hunter. I just take it off to the side, get speed, then start to get altitude, and then I just pick and choose targets that I think I can easily get kills on. It's pretty much the best way to play this thing as well. So as you can see, we've got two German MiG-21s rushing towards the enemies. So they'll spot most of the planes, I think, before the game starts. So that's very good for us. We end up pretty much stomping them, and I get an ace, but only 2 of the kills are actually SRAM kills, the rest are guns, so I'm not just being carried by the missiles. Yeah, so I noticed T2 going towards my teammates, and I decided to pick him as my first target because he seems to be the closest enemy, and there doesn't seem to be anyone too close to him. I do notice the F-104, but I'm not too worried about him. T2 starts going vertical for my team. I notice him going into basically a flock of Hunters. I think they're all FGA-9s, though, rather than F6s. But I start spooling up the missile, unspool it and then spool it again, so I have more time to choose my launch. Get within 1.5 kilometers, he's going side on, and that's just an easy first SRAM kill. Those things, like the aspect of locking is really good. So if you can get someone on the side, you can lob it. And as you saw in one of the early clips, pretty sure I got an F11 and basically a head-on. So now this guy, this F100, I start locking because I think he was going more to the side, but I noticed that he's kind of running from me, so I don't bother firing. And I just start chasing him because there's no one around behind me. My team should have the rest of the guys pretty easy, and this F100 is doing some weird stuff to get away from me, so he's actually slower than me, which I expected him to be faster because technically it can go supersonic. But whatever, chasing this F100. Not much going on. I do occasionally check my 6. I've also got my squad mate. I think that I can fire it within 1 kilometer. I'm still fairly new to these missiles, so, it didn't work. And then I'm like, okay, well, he's maneuvered, he's slower, and he's closer. I waste another SRAM. And I'm thinking here, okay, I'll spool one more up, just in case he turns, but I will try and go for guns here, because I don't want to waste 3 SRAMs on one guy. But then he does something really stupid. He starts turning very hard, and I'm like, okay, well, this is perfect time for an SRAM. Fire it, and it's just an easy number 2. But that's the first 2 kills, and I've used 4 SRAMs, which is kind of bad. It's not a great indication of how to use these things, but I've shown some clips already, so You know, we get the best of both worlds. And then the next 3 kills are just going to be gun kills. Now, you notice there was an F86F Saber, which shouldn't be at this BR. I'm pretty sure he's a premium Saber that got dragged up by one of his friends, and he was just like going for IL-28s and stuff. So, kind of annoying. I start lightly spraying at this F104, and I get him pretty easily. Like, you do have a lot of ammo in the Aidens, but they are such fast fire rate that you do want to conserve. And I've used these guns quite a lot, so I'm kind of more confident in my aim with them. Start turning towards the enemies again. Just checking the scoreboard, checking to see who's still alive on each team. Going after this F100. I notice he's pushing ahead on with my squad mate, so I wait until they both have fired at each other and then get his wings off. The first burst I didn't actually expect to hit, so that's why I fired a second burst, and it just took off his other wing, so quite a nice, easy 3rd kill. Or 4th kill, even. And that's pretty much the game. There's like 1 guy left. It's an F86 F35, and I just go find him at the runway, and we'll go chase him. Like, there's that F104 as well, but he will get missiled, and I don't want to chase an F104. But as I saw on the score thingy there, the Saber had just killed an AI target, so I start looking over in that direction. So I've set up the footage because it's just me chasing an F86 to his runway. So I am keeping an eye out, looking for where he is, because I did notice he killed AI targets, so just constantly looking around. I decide to check the airfield. I don't think I see anything, so I look away, notice that the F104 is dead, and then someone blind hunts, and I find the F86. And this is pretty much game, because I'm not sure if he was, like, driving along to the runway or what he was doing, but he'd not done anything the whole game, apart from kill, like, a couple AI units, and then he was this slow, basically on the ground. So I just couple sprays, take out his pilot, and that's game. Kind of a sad 5th kill, but, you know, sometimes it just ends like that. That was a really fun game in a really fun plane that I didn't expect to have fun with. So I guess I'll be playing more of this stuff, because I just bought a shit ton of top tiers because of the sales. I'll see you guys next time, and you have a good one.